Hello everybody, welcome to Modi's English class. Today we are starting an interesting poem. All of you look, this is the poem for 11 class students of CHSC syllabus. Okay, so what's the name of the poem? Who is the poet? Who is the writer? And definitely we are going to tell a lot of things on this poem, and it's very interesting poem which deals with the past and present. So here the poet canvasses the feelings of the past and the present. And the title of the poem is Oft in the Stilly Night, written by Thomas Moore, a famous Irish poet. And here the poet highlights the memories, whether sweet or sad, that always remains with us. And what's the title of the poem? The title of the poem is Oft in the Stilly Night. What do you mean by oft? O-F-T. Oft means here often. Often. Stilly night. Stilly. So this is the adjective used here, stilly. Before night. Calm night. Quiet night. Peaceful night. Oft in the stilly night. So just the title looks like a question. The title raises so many questions in your mind. What happens that stilly night? And the first word oft means not once, but for a lot of times something is happening. And here Thomas Moore, the famous Irish poet, canvasses the present and past, past and present. He presents the memories of the past, again presents the memories of the present time, current time, again moves back, flashback is there to the past. And here he has the ability to convert words to music and music to words. So he is ably done that. And really, let us start the poem. This is the poem. And all of you look at the poem here. This is the stanza. Oft in the stilly night, its slumber's chain hath bound me. Fond memory brings the light of other days around me. The smiles, the tears of boyhood years, the words of love been spoken, the eyes that shone, now dimmed and gone, the cheerful hearts now broken. And on the left side, thus, in the stilly night, its slumber's chain hath bound me. Sad memory brings the light of other days around me. When I remember all the friends so linked together, I have seen around me fall like leaves in wintry weather. I feel like one who treats alone some banquet hall deserted, whose lights are fled, whose garlands dead, and all but he departed. And the last four lines here. Thus, in the stilly night, his slumber's chain hath bound me. Sad memory brings the light of other days around me. Now let us focus the main theme of the poem. What's the main theme of the poem? The main theme of the poem is the memories of the past and the memories of the current time. The poet is describing the helplessness of an old person. What is best for the old person? The nostalgia, the going back to the past, the feelings of the past that gives him joy. He remembers his old time. He remembers his young time when there was love, there was happiness. But now in the current time, nobody is available. Friends have died. He is alone. So this is a poem which gives us clarifications, knowledge, ideas on a human being's present and past, past and present, how both are interlinked. Here the poet is able to make a beautiful linking between the past and the present, present and the past. Now let us start. First, oft in the stilly night. Oft means all of you know, often. In the stilly night means calm night. Ear, E-R-E. Ear means, you know, old English word, means before. E-R-E. Ear means before. Slumber's chain. Slumbers means, deep sleep. Slumber's chain. Here is a use of metaphor. Metaphor. Look at the line. Slumber's chain has bound me. What is bind? What is the word bound? The past tense of bind. Binding somebody. Binding somebody. Who is binding the poet? The sleep. And that has a chain. The sleep has a chain. Before sleep binds the poet. Before sleep binds the poet. So many thoughts are coming to the mind of the poet. What is that? Fond memory brings the light. Fond memory means sweet memory. Good memory brings the light of other days around me. Other days means past days, old days. Going back to the past, other days around me, the smiles. So when the poet had such a beautiful time during the past, during the young time, what was the time? At that time, he had smiles, the tears of boyhood years. All of you look. So the boyhood time was a composition, was a mixture of smiles and tears. Obviously, it is correct because in boyhood time, you have love, you have energy, you have vibrant ideas. Similarly, failure in love. And in boyhood time, if you fail in love, tears come down. Tears come down. So here what does the poet say? The smiles, the tears of boyhood years. The words of love been spoken. At that time, what was the word? The words of love. This 4-letter word is a magic. Suppose I say, what's love? Love has many definitions. Love has no boundary. It is unlimited. It is like an ocean. Love is like an ocean. So poet was remembering the young time, the boyhood time when there was love. The words of love been spoken, the eyes that shone. Look at the line. The eyes that shone means at that time, the eyes of the poet shining. Why? All of you know, during young time, you have energy, you have shining eyes, you have beautiful hair, you have everything. That's why that was the time for love. There is a famous statement that love comes at any age. Love comes at any age. But for a lot of people, young time is the sweetest time. Why? William Shakespeare, all of you know. William Shakespeare. He has categorically divided the life of human beings into 7 stages. And the 3rd stage is the stage of a lover. In the stage of a lover. The first stage is infant, that is infancy. And the second stage is schoolboy. And the 3rd stage is lover, according to Shakespeare. So similarly, that was the young time when the words of love been spoken, the eyes that shone. What the poet saying? The eyes that shone. Shine, shone. Shine, shone. At that time, the eyes were shining. Now dimmed. Dimmed. Dimmed means faded. In the old days, the power of the eyes are no more. It is dim eyes, faded eyes, having no power to see. Now dimmed and gone, the cheerful hearts now broken. So the poet's hearts are no more cheerful. But when he was a young boy, at that time, his heart was cheerful. There was feelings of love. There was energy. Power in the eyes there. Eyes were shining. But now in the old days, he did not have the power of eyesight. As a result, he had faded eyes. Now I am moving to the second stanza. Okay, look at the line. Here it is. Thus, in the stilly night, lines are repeated. In the stilly night, what happens in the stilly night? This is the answer. Ere slumber's chain hath bound me. Ere means before. That is the old English word. That is the old English word which means before. Before the chain of sleep binds the writer. Before the chain of sleep binds the writer, sad memory brings the light of other days around me. Now the poet is deeply involved with the sad memory. What is the sad memory? Tell me. The current time is the sad memory. The present time is the sad memory. Why the present time is sad? The poet is answering. Sad memory brings the light of other days around me. When I remember all the friends so linked together during the childhood, during the young time, the friends were linked together. The friends were closely linked together. I have seen around me fall. I have seen around me fall. Fall means here dying. Fall means here dying. One by one, the friends are dying. I have seen around me fall like leaves in wintry weather. So here there is a use of simile. Why? Look, so the friend's death is compared to the falling of leaves. To the falling of leaves. And falling of leaves in which season? Winter time. All of you know during winter time there is fall of leaves. And here the friends of the writer are dying one by one, just like the leaves of the winter season. I feel like one. Now the poet is lonely. He is feeling alone. I feel like one who treats alone. Treats means works. Treats means works. Now the poet lives alone. Now the poet works alone. Some banquet hall deserted. What is that hall? This is the hall meant for ceremony. This is the hall meant for festival. This is the hall meant for merrymaking, rejoicing, happiness. Now that hall is deserted. Deserted means vacant. Nobody is there. One example giving. Suppose there is a reception ceremony in a hotel. Reception ceremony in hotel. All of you know there are famous hotels there. Akbar is there, Oberoi there, all these famous hotels. If there is a reception ceremony, marriage reception ceremony, you just enjoy that ceremony. There is light, there is music, there is laughing, everything is available. But once the marriage is over, what happens to that hall? Tell me. The hall is vacant. Everything is falling apart. Nothing is fresh. That feeling is there. I feel like one who treats alone. The poet is walking alone. Some banquet hall deserted. Deserted means left, vacant, whose lights are fled. Fled means gone away. Suppose this is the banquet hall and lights are off. What is the value of that hall? Tell me. The hall looks not like a banquet hall. Some banquet hall deserted whose lights are fled, gone away. Whose garlands dead. Garlands, you know, bouquet, flower, that is dead. Because when the husband-wife sitting, newly wedded couple sitting, lot of flowers coming, people are giving lot of flowers. But after the ceremony is over, these flowers have faded, pale flowers there. This is the line, whose lights are fled, whose garlands dead. Already this flower is dead because nobody is there. It is already late night and lot of people have run over that flower. So that is dead. And all body departed. And all body departed means all the people have departed except the poet. Here he means the poet. Except the poet, all have departed means all his friends have died one by one. Just like the leaves of winter season. Poet is alone. Poet is lonely. He is moving alone. Now we are moving to the last 4 lines of the poem. And here all of you look at it. These are the last 4 lines of the poem. Thus in the stilly night. This stilly night is repeated lot of time. Thus in the stilly night, its slumber's chain hath bound me. Before the chain of sleep comes to me. Before the chain of sleep comes to me, sad memory brings the light. Sad memory brings the light of other days around me. So this poem highlights the feelings of an old man for the past as well as the present. The current scenario is sad. The poet is feeling sad because One by one, all his friends have died. He is alone. The current life is painful. When he is going to the past, he is deriving pleasure. Why is deriving pleasure? Because the past gives pleasure to that old man. The past brings new things in the mind. The past memories brings solace to the poet, happiness to the poet. That's why here each stanza describes you the moments of the past, the moments of the present, again going back to the past, again coming back to the present. So Thomas Moore brilliantly presents the ideas of an old person and his longing, desire to go back to the past, and the present is sad, and how he remembers the past and enjoys the time. Thanks a lot for enjoying this poem. Bye bye. This time, next time we meet. Thank you.